All right, guys, let's dive into it. Welcome to another edition of Webinar Wednesday, tips to help grow your online member community. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. It's great to see the BD family growing bigger and brighter every day. I am Jason there on the left, and we are lucky to be joined by David Rockland on the right, who is the digital strategist and so much more here at Brilliant Directories. David, thanks for joining us today and also for the tip of the week topic that we're going to cover today as well.
Yeah, glad to be back with you for another Webinar Wednesday. Really looking forward to the tip of the week, like Jason said. Thinking a little bit outside of the box with it, but should be pretty interesting and entertaining and informative for all of you. So looking forward to it.
Likewise. And we are streaming on YouTube. If you are not subscribed to the Brilliant Directories YouTube channel, I highly recommend it. You can just type in brilliantdirectories.com/YouTube and click on that subscribe button. It's where we post the webinar replays, the tips of the week, and any tutorial videos related to the Brilliant Directories platform. And as always, we always appreciate your support as well. Also, one of the perks on streaming on YouTube Live is the replay is immediately available after the webinar, and we will be posting it shortly after inside of the Brilliant Directories Facebook group. We also invite you to join us there, brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. It's a great way to stay in touch in between Webinar Wednesdays. I'm in there myself, and we just passed 10,000 members in that group, and it is hustling and bustling more than ever. Great constructive conversations there. If you have questions on how to grow your membership website or features of the Brilliant Directories platform, of course you can email the Brilliant Directories support team, but if you want to crowdsource answers from people who are in it with you, working on their membership websites, fellow membership website owners, the Facebook group is the place to ask those questions. So we do look forward to having you with us there. And yes, there are a good handful of new names joining us here in the webinar, so welcome to all of you. Just a little bit about Webinar Wednesday. Week after week, we're pushing new updates into the Brilliant Directories platform, and a lot of them are suggestions from your support tickets in the Facebook group. But in Webinar Wednesday, we like to kind of cherry pick some of the newer updates that can actually help you grow your online community. We cover topics such as how to increase your website traffic, converting visitors to members, improving navigation, and more. In today's tip of the week, we're going to talk about how to provide better support to your existing members. So if you have questions about these topics or anything else about your membership site, the tip of the week should be rather quick today, and we should have plenty of time to get to all your questions in the Q&A section. So just stay tuned and please save any questions. We'll try to get to as many as we can today. All right, and today we do have some lab updates for upcoming features to share. These should be released within the next week, or at least within this month of March, along with tons more updates. But just some of the highlights that we're looking forward to, and we have mentioned these in previous webinars, they are going through their final stages of QA to pass through into the production of the platform. The first one at the top of the list here is related to finance, and it really helps out our users in Australia, New Zealand, and anywhere east or past Europe compared to the United States. So what it will allow you to do is decide what time of day you would like your scheduled payments to be processed. So currently, the majority of payments are scheduled to be processed usually around 3 a.m. Eastern time, 6 a.m. Eastern time in the United States. However, that usually means that our partners in Australia and New Zealand, they're billing their members at the very end of the day. So you'll be able to change this and select the time of the day you'd like to collect those payments, more suitable based on your specific local time zone. Next one here is also related to finance. We recently released the new page to search subscriptions, and honestly, it's one of my new favorite pages in the admin area. We're soon releasing bulk actions, which will allow you to bulk stop subscriptions, change the next bill date of subscriptions, as well as the bill amount of subscriptions. So if you need to make bulk changes to a group of members who are on similar subscription plans, like moving their date and things like that, you'll soon be able to do that. Next one here is related to importing. We recently created the ability to import posts via a CSV file, similar to how you import members. It is pending, though, the ability to support images. So you do have the ability to import things like events, job listings, articles. However, currently it's missing the ability to support images with those. So those are coming up next this month in March. And then also, once that is complete, we'll be able to create the Zapier action for creating posts in your Brilliant Directory site. You'll be able to use the API. So if you have access to a third-party source or feed for events, job listings, articles, you'll be able to use Zapier, Pabbly, and other tools to really just auto-populate your website with those types of posts, and it will have image support at that stage as well. So we're super excited about that. Sidebars. We recently created settings where on mobile devices, you can choose to show the sidebar below the main content or above the main content of the site. Now you'll soon have the ability to simply hide sidebars on mobile devices. There are certain pages, and you'll be able to pick and choose which pages you prefer to simply just hide the sidebar of the site on mobile devices, because it may not be providing any real value content-wise for the user on those screen sizes. So we're also excited for that. You'll be able to deliver a better mobile experience to those types of visitors. Next up, there is a page where members can retrieve their password. There is a forgot password button when they're logging in. However, this page is kind of coded with widgets and things like that. So we're going to create a dedicated static page where you can modify the password retrieval page. Let's actually take a look at that together. If we go to our demo directory here and go to the member login page, there is a dedicated page for member login in the website pages in the admin area. But if you click to reset the password on this retrieval page, this is all powered by a widget. So when this is a dedicated static page, you may want to add more content here, more support options for them in case they're stuck beyond just retrieving their password. And that'll just give you a little bit more control over this simple page here. And then for private member chats, where members can chat amongst themselves directly, we are creating webhook support for member chats. And ultimately, that will allow website owners to use them with tools like Zapier and Pabbly, so that you can, one use case would be to ping members via an SMS text message when they receive a new chat on your website. So these are just some of the highlights coming up very soon, and a lot more speed, security, and stability updates are always underway. Big shout out to you guys in the BD community. A lot of these are from your suggestions, so thank you. Before we move on to the tip of the week, if you have any questions or comments about these upcoming features, feel free to raise your hand and we could take a question or two before moving on to the tip of the week. All right, no questions there. So what we'll do is we'll move on to the tip of the week. And this is a really cool tip. It involves the add-on for the private member chats, and it's a way to repurpose it to provide live chat to your members. So utilizing the private member chat to provide live member support. And David, if it's all right, may I pass the reins over to you and kind of walk us through this, and then we'll see a live example of this and how to set it up shortly after.
Absolutely. So diving right into it, figured we'd cover what the private member chat add-on actually is. I know a lot of you are already familiar with it or even using it, and we'll talk about how we could use it a little bit differently in this tip of the week here, but briefly covering what it is. Pretty self-explanatory, but it allows for direct messaging, one-to-one messaging live on your website between your members. So all of the messaging, it takes place and it's stored on your website. Your members can include images in the messages that they're sending to one another. They can also receive email notifications when they receive new messages on your website in their profiles. And members can also access their message threads from right within their account dashboard on your website. And of course, you as the website admin, you do have access to all of the messages directly from your admin panel. So that's a brief overview of what the add-on actually is and does. But in terms of utilizing it a little bit differently so that we can provide live chat support as the website owner to our members, there's several benefits that would provide to our members themselves. First of all, it'll allow for faster resolutions to their questions, or even if they just have any concerns that they might want to bring up to you. It'll allow you to address them a little bit more quickly and probably also more efficiently over a live chat with them rather than going back and forth over email. Quick stat here, this was from a study that eDigital did. 73% of customers, this is customers over all industries, report high satisfaction levels when using live chat. The other one here is convenience. Your members, they're already going to be on your website using it, already logged into their accounts. And so if we can provide them live chat support directly on the website that they're already on without navigating away, opening up their email account and drafting an email, it's a lot more convenient for our members overall. Another quick stat here from a Com100 study, 79% of consumers do prefer live chat because they get those fast answers and those quick responses. Also, it allows for a little bit more personalized experience. It's not quite the same as having a one-on-one conversation over the phone, but that can be difficult, making sure times work. Not all of us want to be on the phone. Phone conversations, they might go on for longer than we expect, but having a live chat conversation with our members is about as close as we can get to that without actually being on the phone with our members. So if you're a little bit hesitant of providing phone support for your members, you could easily and quickly do it over live chat, like we'll show in this tip of the week. But like I said, it allows a little bit for that more personal experience. Easier to address the members by name, offer solutions based on their specific needs. You can ask follow-up questions and get a little bit more information from your members so you can learn a little bit more about their experience on your website, how everything else is going. It will just help to provide a much more holistic experience and resolution to whatever questions or issues they might be having. And also here, it'll increase loyalty as well as retention for your members. The last thing we want our members to do is to either abandon the website, or if they're a paying member, cancel their membership subscription. So providing that positive experience, with the one-on-one chat and addressing their concerns promptly, and then also asking any follow-up questions if necessary, that can lead to an increase in loyalty and retention. One last stat here from a Kayoko study, 79% of customers who do use live chat support are more likely to make a repeat purchase. And in this case, we can think of a repeat purchase not necessarily as coming back and purchasing another product, but if they're a paying member, that could mean renewing their subscription, going on for another month or another year, however your membership plans are structured, maybe purchasing any other services that you might be providing to them, or if you have some downloadable ebooks or maybe even some physical products that you offer to your members, it might result in some more sales and revenue that way as well. And so here, what are the benefits for you, the website owner, by providing this live chat support directly on your website to your members? Well, the first one is it becomes a lot more easier to onboard your new members. This is a pretty common question we get asked, especially here in the webinars. What's the best way that we can onboard our members to make sure that they're successful, that they're engaged in the website and our community, and they're filling out their profiles? It's a lot more easy to do all of this over a live chat than maybe sending them an email sequence that they might not open every email. They might not see all the info in there. But if they're having some problems initially, they're not sure where to input some information, or they want to input some specific information, but they're not sure if it might be appropriate or anything like that. By providing that live chat option for your members to contact you directly in real time, it'll allow you to immediately help them address their concerns. And if they are having any sort of frustration or they're confused about anything, especially for our paying members, addressing these concerns early on and not letting those frustrations or those questions fester potentially lead to a cancellation. Addressing those concerns immediately can do a much better job of alleviating those concerns that those members might have. And it'll also put us on good footing with our new members, let them know that there's people behind the website who truly do care, not only about the website, but the community as a whole. Also, it'll give you a competitive advantage if you do have competitors either within the same niche, location, industry, whatever it might be, providing this real-time live chat support will certainly set you apart from any competitors that you might have. And like we mentioned previously, while building that initial trust and credibility with your new members. Also, it'll give you some insight into your members' behavior, their preferences, what they like, what they're not liking, what features or services they wish you were offering, all that sort of stuff that we can find out through asking them additional follow-up questions through our live chat conversation, which would otherwise might be a little bit more difficult going back and forth over email. A lot of us have a lot on our plates. We're not always staying up to date with our inboxes. So some of the emails that we might send back and forth to our members, they might slip through the cracks. Whereas if we're able to get a quick conversation out of the way, help each other out, get all the information out on the table, it's a lot easier to learn more about our members and what exactly they're looking for so that we can provide them with a better overall experience. Also, going along with that has the potential for increased revenue by improving that retention, ensuring that the members continue to renew their membership plans if you are charging them, potentially help reduce cancellations if we can get kind of ahead of the curve. If there are any problems that new members are experiencing, we can help them out immediately. And then also we might be able to identify some upsell opportunities, again, if you are offering any sort of additional products, services, or anything like that. And the last thing here, one that might not come immediately to mind, but it can actually help to improve your website's SEO. Because all of this is happening directly on your website, we're increasing the amount of time that our users and our members are staying on the website and engaging on the website. That's one of the factors that Google and other search engines take into consideration, is how much time people are actually spending actively on a website. And so if we're able to provide this support directly on the website, people are active on there for longer, that has the potential to improve our SEO.
Yeah, these are all really good points and also benefits for the website owner. And this, again, this always reminds me of, if you guys watch Shark Tank, like Mark Cuban, and Barbara Corcoran is on there, and she said she used to be a real estate agent. And what she said was she would hustle hard as a real estate agent, and she would try to be available to her clients as much as possible, because the more they were talking to her, the less they were talking to her competitors. So kind of the same idea here with the live chat is, the more you can get them to engage and communicate with your company and organization, and hopefully you'll lead them to success, like setting up their profiles and getting the most from your services and website. But the more they're talking and communicating with you, the less they're spending time seeking out or talking to competitors out there. So live support is just a great way to maintain that communication and keep you top of mind and early mind for your members.
Just a few quick notes, because again, we are kind of repurposing the private member chat add-on, not necessarily for members to communicate with one another, but for members to communicate with us, the website owner, one-on-one. So a couple quick things before we kind of show how this is set up and how it actually works in practice. First thing would be to either create a new non-searchable membership plan, or you can just use the default admin blog author membership plan if you do still have that default membership plan on your website. And then create a new member within this non-searchable plan. This new member would be the member account that we, the website owner, the website admin, would log into to communicate with our members. And an important note with this one is we do want to make sure we're using a real email address that we do have access to with this new member account, because when a member sends us a new direct message on the website, we will get an email notification. So we want to make sure that we're getting notified when members are sending us messages. So we want to make sure we're using our actual email address for this member account. Also, we can link directly to the live chat page, so there's no clicking around or searching, how to send us a message by our members. We can provide them with the direct link, so as soon as they click it, it opens up the chat box and they can shoot us a message. So there's a few different places you can place this link. Most likely, you'll probably want to put it somewhere within your members account dashboard. And then you can also place it in the main menu only if your members are logged in. This way, your normal website visitors, they're not logged into a member account, they won't see the link to message you, because again, we're going to be utilizing this to provide support for our members, not necessarily for our website visitors. And the last thing here, there's a couple text labels associated with the private member chat add-on. And so we can update some of those just to include any additional relevant information that we think we might want to share with our members. One thing that we might want to share is the expected reply time. This way, if we're not always immediately available, they can at least have some sort of time window of when to expect a reply from us.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, really simple steps. And just to show you how the private member chat add-on, and I'll post a link in the chat here, is normally used. It's normally used so visitors can chat with members continuously, or members can chat with each other continuously through the site. So for example, we have the Brilliant Directories marketplace, and there's a few ways to contact. This is a BD site, of course. You can fill out the lead form, and the lead form gets sent to the inquiry gets sent to the marketplace partner. There is an option here to also chat with the member. So you'll be prompted to log in, and once you log in, you can continuously chat. So anybody can do this. So what we want to do is we want to repurpose this and use it so there's only one member profile that can receive chat messages, but any member can send that profile, the support profile, and initiate chat messages with them. So let's take a look at how to set that up. And if you're not using the private member chat for your site, I would recommend using the add-on in this manner, because really you have nothing to lose but increasing communication with your members. And if you're selling leads to your members, you're probably not doing the private chat. You'll probably have the lead form on that contact page for the member profile. But let's take a look at how to set this up. And the first thing we're going to do is create a membership plan. And also let me put a link to this add-on here. Just a moment, bear with me here. Okay, dropping this in the chat for everyone to review after the webinar. And there is a video here that shows you how to use the chat add-on and how it works member to member for the site. So there's a few things we want to do. And actually, let me backtrack one more step. The first thing we want to do is go to General Settings. And from General Settings, we simply want to enable private chat on the website. Later, we're going to designate which membership plans will receive chat messages, but first we want to enable it on the website. So the first thing we're going to do is go to our General Settings, Integrations tab, and when you have this add-on for your site, if you scroll down, what you want to do is enable chat messages, yes. And what I would recommend for the email notifications is to send notifications both to the receiver and the sender. And then here's just an extra one, send email notifications to the admin. Since the admin is going to be one of the members receiving it, you could choose to turn this on or off. You could play around with it. If you're receiving redundant emails, you may want to just turn this one off, but you can keep it to yes just to start. So that's what we do in the general settings. The next step is we'll go to membership plans. And as this first one here says is create a membership plan, use admin blog author membership plan, or create a new non-searchable plan. So this is going to be a non-searchable member. It's not a normal member on the site. So we did clone the web's admin blog author membership plan, and we created a membership plan called website support line. But let's just go do this together again. We'll call it website support line 2. So we're cloning the admin blog author membership plan. It's a non-searchable plan, and let's edit it here. And we'll call this website support line 2, just an internal name. Let's make this a paid plan, and we'll just set the price to something no one would ever sign up to, like $10,000, $100,000 per month. But we'll also disable signups, disable public signups for this. So you can't sign up to this membership plan either. And just for good measure, we'll make it a paid plan for $100,000 per month. The next thing we want to do is we'll use the search here and search for private and enable private chat messages. We're going to set that to yes. Now let's go look at a regular member's profile while this is saving. We'll just go to search here on this directory. And we'll go to a sample listing here, Edward Smith, and we'll send a message. So we can see here, this is what we're used to. When we're contacting a member, we're using the lead form. This will get sent to the member as a lead. We could enable it so they can receive chat messages, But for this website, we're selling leads to the members. We don't want them to just have continuous chats with our visitors. We want them to pay for inquiries coming from their profile pages. However, now that we have this website support line to membership plan, we want to create a member who is one member who is a member of this plan, and they will be able to receive private chat messages. So let's go to search members now that we've created this plan. And also, we don't need anything on their profile page, so we'll just hide all these sections. There'll be more small nuances as you actually put this into play, but it will allow you to provide live support to your members. So what we'll do is we'll create a new member. We created a sample here before the webinar, but we'll create one here, and the membership plan is going to be our website support line, 1 or 2, it doesn't matter, they're both the same. And we'll give it an email address we know we will receive emails to, because that's how we currently get pinged when a new inquiry or message comes in. So we'll do events@brilliantdirectories.com. Password really doesn't matter. And we'll call it website support as the first name, the last name, the company name. That's fine, no phone number, and we'll add new member. Okay, great. We have a member. They can receive chat messages on their contact page. Let's add a profile photo that kind of represents a chat or support person. I think it's here. All right, let's add a little support image here for the profile photo. Okay, great. Let's view their listing. Perfect. And if we go to the send message page, it's going to say we can't send ourselves our own chat messages, but let's log in as another member and visit this page. We'll go to search members, and we'll log in as this Edward Smith here. Great. So we're logged in as another member. Let's refresh this website supports page. And it says chat with support here. So we could see it's a little bit different than the lead form. And we'll talk about the text labels in a moment. But I'll give you some pro tips, and we'll share it in the chat on what to do with this page, and also what to put in the main menu here. Because right now it still says join today. We can use an alternate main menu that says like create support ticket. We don't have to call it chat. We can call it like create a support ticket, view my support tickets from the member's perspective. So just a few things is this member that we created, we can actually customize the URL for their profile. This would be a nice touch. What we can do is go to the quick edit for this member, and under advanced options, we can actually customize the URL. And what we can do is just put website support, or what we can do is even better, how about support tickets? Perfect, support tickets. Let's save the changes. And we can save one more time just for good measure. And here's one more thing that I'd like to do. Let me close this real quick, and we'll refresh this page here. Okay, let's view the profile here. It should say support tickets. There we go. And if we go to send a message, it says connect. So this is really the URL to create a new support ticket for a member. So let's put that in the main menu here, this URL here that we've now created. We go to our menu manager, we're going to clone our main menu, and I'm going to give it a nickname like logged in member main menu. So let's edit this, and we will edit menu settings. We're going to call it logged in main menu. Perfect. I could put that there. Nope, that's okay still. So we'll save the changes. I'm going to change this join today to create support ticket. Now you can call it something a little more elegant, but what we're going to do is basically paste this URL of the site to it, which is the contact page for this member. Go ahead and save the changes. And now that we have an alternate main menu, we can go to design settings and choose which main menu we want to use when a user is logged in. So we'll go to design settings, main menu design, and here it is, visitor or public main menu. We're going to use main menu. And for the logged in member main menu, we're going to use logged in main menu. So there's just a tip here. If you want to see, you don't see all the menu options here. Only menus that include main menu in their name will appear in this option. So if you're cloning the main menu, make sure you give it a nickname with main menu as part of that. And we'll go ahead and save the design setting. Great. So now if we refresh the page, I'm logged in as this sample Edward member. Perfect. So now we can see create support ticket here. So now we have a link on our page, and from the user's perspective, it looks like we're creating a support ticket. I'm going to give one more piece of advice here. On this page, we really don't need the back to listing button or the breadcrumbs. And that does require a small piece of CSS added just to this member's quick edit pop-up. And we're going to provide that for you guys. I have it saved here. It's basically saying do not display the breadcrumbs or this button here. I'm going to pop that in over here, the quick edit for that member. So we're doing a quick edit for that specific member. And under advanced options, and designers would love this, you can literally just drop some CSS that will only apply to this member's profile page and connect pages, contact pages. I'll go ahead and save the changes. And I'm gonna go ahead and drop that little piece of code in the chat here as well for everyone. So if we come back to this page, we should see the breadcrumbs and the back to listing button done. And there we go, we're logged in as Edward. We wanna create a support ticket. So we're gonna contact this member and we're gonna say, I need help uploading my logo. We send a message, it says okay. And now Edward is taken to his member dashboard. I'm still logged in as Edward. It looks like I'm talking to website support because that's the name of the member's name that I put. And also the image that we're using. You could use something that looks like that represents your brand's voice or persona. And I can now chat with support continuously. Let's actually do something fun here. Let me copy the login link here and let's actually do a quick chat together. I will make this half page. You can see a little bit of the thing there. Let's open a private window and let's log in as the admin member, the help member. And let's do a side-by-side chat here. Let me get rid of this here. So in one browser, I am logged in as website support, and let me get rid of this. And in another browser, I'm logged in as Edward. So he's gonna say, how can I help you? And Edward should see it. So now they're chatting. It should pop up here in just a few seconds. And then we're gonna show you how we can bring the member back to their chats, the chat ticket with the support. There we go. It says, how can I help you? I'm doing it dual screen for my computer. It's usually a little quicker than that. And then they can continue chatting back and forth with each other. So let's go back here. And what the member has is a chat messages icon here. We can actually change this to support tickets. And that way members can see all their support tickets. Each chat can be, quote unquote, chat can be a support ticket instead. So we can see here that they're chatting with support here and Edward can log in here. So let's actually also create a menu link. Instead of create ticket, let's look at my tickets. So we can have two links up here. You may not want to do that, but the URL for that is account/chat messages. So let's edit our menu one more time here. And then we'll talk about text labels shortly after this. So the logged in main menu, let's create a new link and let's call it my tickets. And we'll put the link there, which is account/chat messages. And we'll also give it, and let's do this, create ticket. We'll use a plus sign and my tickets. So now the person will know that the website has support, which is key here. I'm going to just add a background here. Actually, I won't. I'll just keep it as this. Let's save the changes. Let's go back to the home page. So here we can see create ticket, and that's going to take you back to the contact page. So you're like creating a new ticket, or you can go to my tickets now, and it'll take you to all your chat messages. So Edward might create a ticket for something else, like I want to cancel. This isn't worth it. Okay, well that's a valid chat message, and at least if we get that in real time, we can possibly respond and maybe retain the member or salvage the relationship in some way. So if we go to my tickets now, we can see here, I want to cancel, this isn't worth it. So Edward now has two support tickets. So let's talk about text labels, and actually let's start from the member dashboard section here. So maybe we want to keep it as chat messages, maybe we don't, but I just want to kind of show you some of your options here, since now we're calling them support tickets or my tickets, create a ticket, things like that. So the first thing we want to do is go to visit website. And David, am I on track here with how we're covering this so far?
Absolutely, this is looking great.
Okay, cool. So let's refresh the page here and let's look at show text labels. And we'll see there are some yellow text labels related to chat. I'll use the pop-up editor here. I'll just quickly search for chat, and let's change chat messages to support tickets. we'll call them support tickets in this case. And actually, support tickets has an elevated, ring to it. Chat reported chat, and we'll change this to here to support tickets. Let's just see what that looks like real quick. We'll remove this. So maybe we could change the chatting with to my tickets. That would make sense. And here's support tickets. Let's do this one more time. We'll change chatting with to my tickets. Great. So from Edward's perspective, he logged into his account. He still has his main menu. You can even add these two links. We've covered it in a previous webinar. Maybe you want to add them as custom dashboard content because that's really easy to do. I'll actually share the webinar that we did on that. That will be valuable on how to add custom dashboard content when the member logs in. Let me just search for dashboard here.
And something important that we should probably note regarding the text labels is if you are allowing your members to chat one-on-one with each other, we probably don't want to edit the text labels, right? Because those are going to show to all of the members, even when they're communicating with one another, not necessarily when they're only communicating with us for support.
Absolutely. I think what we're demonstrating is a perfect use case if you're not currently using the private chat tool and you just want to create a simple way for members to get support or to contact you for support, and it would just be used for that dedicated purpose. Of course, there are tons of third-party live chat tools that you can embed on your site. But if you want to use things that are native to BD and kind of store and manage everything on the BD site, this is definitely a way to do it. We're kind of over-explaining things, but this could be set up in really just a few minutes as well. So if you didn't want to add these two to the main menu, perhaps you wanted to add them when the member logs in and just keep it nice and compact. But let's go back to my tickets here. And yeah, here we go. So on the sidebar, it says support tickets and support tickets and my tickets. And the member's name is website support, so you really can't beat that. Or you can call it something clever that matches your website's brand or persona. Let's take a look at the create support ticket page. So here there are a few text labels as well. So this one says chat with and the website support. Let's look at the text labels here. This one was from a previous webinar. Someone had bookings for hotels and stuff, and they wanted to make sure that the person added how many guests, how many days they wanted to stay, and they were using the chat feature, but I just changed it before the webinar to be kind of for support questions. But anyways, let's pop this open and we can see chat with. Let's just type in chat here. We'll just say create support ticket, and we'll do for website support. Again, you can figure out the logic of how you want to kind of call these things. And we'll go ahead and save that real quick. And then this next one here, oops. This one was done with, it was structured with some custom HTML. I'll pop it in there. It's really simple to edit it actually, but we have like the green check marks there and whatnot. Let me search for that one. Here we go. So this is just a little bit more complex, and I think it might be easier if we did this one in the admin. You can always click on the yellow and it'll take you to the admin if you don't want to use the front end pop-up, just a little bit more space here. I'll open this big and wide. And over here it says estimated response within 24 hours. So we're kind of setting expectation. We know we sleep, we know we're traveling, we're not available all the time. You can change this to 48 hours or sooner, or estimated response time, during business hours, things like that. And then we can give them ideas of what they can contact you for. This is really good for any support. Assistance with listing, questions about upgrading. We can say problems with account or billing, and we could copy and paste these to add a few more lines of whatever we wanted. I'm going to paste this into the chat for everyone with the repeating one. So if you wanted to add or remove, the text. This code here is just for the green icon. But let me go ahead and save this, and I'm going to put this code for this text label, this is what I inputted there, right here in the chat, and this will be part of the blog article and the website replay as well. So if we come back here and get rid of this, We can see create support ticket for, but we can come up with something else that this kind of doesn't make too much sense, but we can call it update the text here to make sense that goes along with the name of the member that we called website support. Estimated response within 48 hours or sooner, and then assistance with listing, questions about upgrading, problems with account. So now we kind of have a support ticketing system, and the beauty of it is as the admin will get a ping and the member will get pinged, and as we mentioned with the lab updates, as soon as the webhook is available, we'll be able to set up pings to our members with SMS text messages that will allow them to log in from their phones and continue the conversation with the website support from their phones if they're not in front of the computer. So it's just going to allow to enhance that communication between the website and member. And then as always, as the website owner, we have access to all the chats under the interaction section, private chats. So here we just have 2 chats that we started so far between Edward Smith and the website admin. Here we can say I want to cancel, and we see that the ticket status is active. Archived would mean that the ticket is closed, and that's kind of like a resolution to the support ticket or inquiry that's come in. And reported is really used when members are chatting amongst each other and just to prevent any vicious attacks between members, and they can report each other and the admin can see what happened there. But here, yeah, we can see all the private chat messages. We can read the entire thread if we want. This one just has 2 replies and which members they're between. So really simple, but really powerful there. And yeah, in a nutshell, this is a simple way to create a support ticketing system or chatting system between you and your members. And of course, they do get the email pings and soon the SMS pings once the webhook is available. David, you want to fill in any gaps there and before we get into some questions and answers?
No, I think you covered it. I think this is a great way to repurpose the private member chat add-on, especially if you have the VIP add-ons club, you already have this. So if you're not utilizing it to allow members to communicate with one another, you can use it in this case to provide even more value to your members.
I agree, and for all the benefits we listed. So with that, what we can do is we can move on to the questions and answers. You can ask about the tip of the week, the lab updates. We can assist you with your website. Really customer's choice here. Whatever you want assistance with, we can take some questions. And we'll start with Stephen. We'll move over to you. How you doing, Stephen?
Yeah, how you doing? This was really, really good. Great use of this particular platform. Didn't even think of it, use it in this way. The question that I have, and you may regret doing this now that I'm going to have this question, is so personally, I use the private chat. My members use it to talk with each other. It would be great. Is it possible for you guys to almost like clone the member chat and then allow us to be able to then use that cloned version just for this? Because it's like what you said, we're our hands are tied in terms of changing the text labels, because if we change the text labels to all website support type of labels, then it's not going to work for the side of the business where the members are talking to each other. So it's almost as if this is a question though. Is it an easy thing on your end to almost clone the entire chat service so that we have a piece of it that we can then modify just like how you have it, and then still retain the other side of it for the members to chat with each other?
So fair question. We knew we were going to get that question. So if you're going to use the private chat for both like delivering support and also allowing members to use it for its original intended purpose, which is chatting between each other, you probably don't want to be as aggressive. I would try to find text labels that work for both. You probably want to keep it with chat. And what the key here is, what you might want to do is let them know that there is a member profile and they're chatting with website support at that point. So you can do everything we just mentioned, and you know what, you actually gave me an idea here, is to have a search here that allows you to kind of filter based on who you're chatting with. That way you can have a button that says like my support tickets, and we could pre-fill that, and it would just show the tickets that are with the website support or whatever the staff may be. So you may want to still call it, you can still click do this, and there are if statements you can create. You can create the logic. I just showed the most basic and direct way to do it. You can create a simple like logic statement where if it's a certain membership plan, show different text here as opposed to if it's any other membership plan. So I'll tell you what, that's a great question for the Facebook group. And if you create a member that's your website support member, I'll provide you with the logic statement that you can create for this. This is the main area that, right, this information here.
Mhm.
Everything else can still be called chat messages to, and still work with this. But I'll give you the logic statement if you ask in the Facebook group today or
Okay.
tomorrow after the webinar.
Okay, we'll do that.
All
Thank
right,
you.
great question there for sure. Thank you. All right, Stephen, always coming with the good questions. All right, Teresa, I see your hand up there. How you doing? There you are.
Okay, great. So I have two sites, and thanks for having me, by the way. I have two websites, and one of them is like a local, hyperlocal news. So I've made one of my writers access for to add articles, but the access she has gives her admin access, and I don't know how to change that so she doesn't have admin access, but just like a blogger access.
Beautiful question. So to add just blog articles to the site, she doesn't need admin access. She only needs access to log in as the member who is publishing the article. So in this case, what I would do is under your admin accounts in your
Yes.
dashboard here, I would remove her as an admin. Instead, what I would do is this is the search map. So I would remove her as an admin to access the back end. All this writer needs to do is be able to log in as a member who has the ability to publish blog articles. So I think even our website support, let me log in as this member here. And then all you would do, not this member, but you create a member that has the ability to publish blog articles. And what you would do instead, and I'll show you, let me log out, is they don't need back-end access. What they need is front-end login access. So just provide them with the email address. Let me go back here. The email address and the password to log in as a member who has login access. And then they can publish blog articles to their heart's desire without any other access to anything.
Okay, and the articles that would come from the company name, or would it be from her name?
You create the member that you want her to log in as. So if it's a non-searchable member, no name will
Yes.
be displayed. It will just be from your company that's publishing the blog articles. No name will be associated with the blog article. If you
Okay.
want them to be associated with the name, it would be coming from a member who is searchable on the site.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, got it. That explains it. Thank you so much.
Okay, and just a quick thing. What you want to do is go to My Members and then search members, and then click on Add New Member, and go ahead and create the member here. Let me click on here, and choose the membership plan, like the admin blog author, and create the login for her or him.
So I first have to create that plan first.
I think
admin blog author?
by default, Brilliant Directory sites, unless you've changed your membership plans, it does include this for the exact reason that you're mentioning. But if not, if you need help recreating it, we can help you with that.
I was trying to. Yes. Okay. I think I got it that way.
Okay.
I think.
And what's
I
your
mean. I
second
think.
question? Yeah.
No, that was it. Thank you.
That was it. Okay. Thank you,
Yes.
Teresa. Good luck.
You're
If you
welcome.
get stuck, ask in the Facebook group or email support. We'll be happy to help direct you.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Great question there. Yeah, if someone's just adding content to your site, they don't necessarily need the access to the back end. You can just create a member login for them, and they log in from the front end of the site, just like a member, and they'll have their publishing privileges based on that account. All right, we got, I see a new name here, EG Sebastian. How you doing?
Hey, is it possible to create a directory or a community page where I can have like two distinct niches? For example, would have an area for wellness professionals and another area for like general businesses.
Absolutely. So this is where you would want to have two different top level categories, and then use sub categories, which should be plenty based on those. So if you have specifically wellness professionals, I would set up the top level category as for wellness professionals, and then a separate top level category for other types of businesses, for general business.
Cool. And do we have some? So I set this up with the categories, so it should be fairly easy.
Absolutely. And what's really cool about that is, and let me go to demo site on the demo Bootstrap site, is when you set it up like that, let's go to search here. What's cool is every top level category has its own URL. So you could link it in the main menu, search for wellness professionals, and it would go to that top level category search, or search for general businesses. And you can create those links on the homepage, in the hero section, or in the main menu. So you could really direct people straight to that part of the directory themselves. And the last thing I was going to say, I want to kind of show you the best way to set this up, actually. Do you mind if I spend 2 minutes to set this up? I don't know what sample categories we have on this site. Let me see. We always do. Okay, this was roofing and landscaping.
20 minutes, I don't mind.
Okay, I'll do it real quick for you on the home page here. Let me go to design settings.
And let me ask you a question while you work on this.
Sure.
Like, is it possible to add, let's say, 2 big buttons or 2 graphics on the homepage? One of them says wellness professionals, the other
That's
one.
what I was doing right now.
Oh, there you go.
Search wellness.
We're on the
What's it
same
called?
page.
Search wellness experts, and search general. I don't know what you're calling them, general businesses. And what we want to do, and this is what I was saying, if we go to the member categories. So these are the top level categories. We have the URL right here. So I'm just going to write, this is going to be for roofing and landscaping, but you get the point. I'll copy the link and we can put the URL here. Oh, we don't need all this extra actually. We just need, we should update that actually. That's adding some extra stuff. All we need is roofing. That's fine. And let me just click the link here. It's faster. And landscaping. So we put landscaping here, and let me just save that and see what it looks like. And then I'm going to show you the next thing you're going to want to do. I think it will work. So again, we're doing quick and dirty here. So start your search wellness expert. So, but let me show you the one thing you want also. In the side, this is what I would recommend. In the search results, in the sidebar alignment on the member search results, we'll just do a left slim. And I'll show you the filter that I would recommend in that case. So let's just click search wellness experts. So now we have a sidebar. We use this demo site for lots of things, but we can change this. So right now this is just a subcategory search. So let me do this. What we want to go is edit post settings, and we're going to choose a different search module for the member search results. So we're going to go to member listings. Member listings is a post type. It's a special post type, but it is a post type. Under search results design, additional settings, we can put whatever we want in the sidebar, but there's point and click settings here for that. So what we want is, I would recommend right now the search module is just the subcategory. What I would recommend is the sub and sub. Is location important for this site as well?
For the second category, yes. For the first one, it would be all over the world. So I'm trying to cheat a little bit here.
Okay, you can, it seems like a unique thing, but you don't need, the top category would be redundant. You could do one that's top sub location. That actually might be your first bet in case people want to toggle between it. Mm-hmm. So let me show that. And that one was sidebar search module, top sub and sub and location. It's the whole enchilada of the search options. So if we refresh here, this way users can search their top level category. They can always reset their search from the search results page. So they can toggle from wellness or business. This is the top category, the subcategory, and so on. So again, it seems like you want to kind of manipulate what people are seeing on certain pages, but if you just want to make it everything all at once, whatever the Academy Award was, I would choose that one here for now. Cool. The top sub and sub. All right, good question there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, great question there. We got a good friend Colette here. Colette, how are you today?
Hi, Jason. I'm well, thanks. How are you?
Fantastic. Great to have you with us.
Good. Just a quick question today. Does the website support person need to be searchable to be able to set up this chat option?
So that's good. Let me show you some nuanced settings that I would recommend. Again, it's not going to be like ironclad perfect, but what we did is we set them up as actually searchable so that they can reach You can do more with the hidden member profiles add-on, but I wanted to keep it simple. What I would recommend is simply this, because we only want logged in members to contact this support person. Under search visibility, are these members searchable? However, never select a top level category or a location. That way, if any category or location searches are searched, they will never show up. And this is the key: can unregistered visitors view these members? We want to set this to no.
Ah, perfect. Okay.
And also, if you, for good measure, if you want, but it's not necessary, hide member profile from search engines. You can enable that as well.
Great.
And you could protect some other pages. Let me just share, if you really wanted to, I know I kind of answered your question. I'll just finish it with this. The hidden member profiles may provide some more insight. You have control over which members can search other members and so on. So that might, this affects the search results. So you could make it so no members can find this member in the search results ever with this, but they would have a profile page and a contact me page, but the contact page would just say the name and the button to create a ticket in that case. So the answer to your question is like yes and no in a way.
Great.
It's
Thanks very
90% no, 10% chance yes. But it's what the worst case is they contact support.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cheers. Good question by Colette. All right, Brad, I got you. I see you're on a phone line here. Let me unmute you. How you doing, Brad?
Good. How are you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Where are you calling in from?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay. All right. What's your question for us today?
Okay, so we have a bunch of sites with you. One of them we have like the 1 million member add-on, had the accounts for a while. So one of our sites has like 300,000 people, and we just imported a bunch of data, has like 750,000 in it, and just noticed it was going a little bit slower, and it was taking like a long time to like geocode everything, which is just naturally gonna happen. So I was wondering if like once we get done geocoding everything, if that's gonna speed everything up. And then the second part of my question is like, so we imported all this stuff about 2 months ago, and it was going pretty slow, almost to the, I mean, not like unusable, just not the best user experience, but I think with some of these updates you've done, I have noticed a lot of improvements in there. But we were also thinking about maybe paring it back down, because our other site that has like the 300,000 is pretty good. I just wanted some comments on that, and you know, if you have any advice, because I know we're not like the typical use case, and most people don't have that many in there.
Fair and valid question. So just a couple things. Generally, a lot of members in of itself is not an issue. The issue comes when sometimes there are a lot of custom data points for members, which may or may not be in your case. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, we only have a handful of like custom fields.
Okay, there are some like fast search settings for sites with huge databases, and sometimes that works to kind of create a better user experience in those cases. Let me just share with you the settings that I think may help. Let me go to advanced settings here.
Actually, I just got a message from Matt, co-founder and CTO here. He said the setting is called big_database.
Big_database. Okay, be a big database. Okay, exact. So whatever this is, if you have access to this one, big_database, try enabling that.
Okay.
It says it set this to use more exact MySQL queries to reduce load times. I don't exactly know what it does, but it says that. And this was the setting I was looking for the fast search. So it's called big_database.
Perfect. Yeah.
I would enable
big
this.
shout out to support.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I was going to say enable this if you can yourself, but I would still send the support tickets and see what they also recommend for your site.
Yeah, no, support's been rocking recently. They're over delivering. They're awesome. And like I said, all the updates you've been making have actually totally changed it. You know, so it's actually a lot faster in the last couple months. And so I'm sure these last couple things, I mean, I think it's usable right now, but this will make it even better. So big thank you.
Thank you so much for that. We always appreciate that. Thank you, Brad.
Okay, no problem.
Cheers. I appreciate that. Glad to see it. There are some big database settings there.
One last thing, Matt had one other suggestion. If you go to post settings and member listings under the search results tab and advanced settings, there's some settings in there that might help in terms of the querying as well.
Let's go there real quick. So edit post settings, member listings, and the search results design. And where else, David, did you say to go?
Results tab and advanced settings.
Okay.
I guess that would be additional settings.
Right. Additional settings. Okay, there might be some things here to uncover potentially. Okay, thank you. All right, let's move on to Poyam. If I mispronounced your name, I apologize. I see first time joining the webinar here potentially. How are you today?
Hey, great, thanks. Yeah, I've been in a couple webinars, but I haven't asked a question before. Thanks for all that you help out with all the time.
Sure.
And I forget the gentleman's name, but he asked a question about setting up those separate search buttons. It sparked a question that I've had. So I have multiple top categories in my directory, and some of the members have received awards for, something, that's like an award for being sort of the best of or whatever. And I'd like to be able to put them all on the same page, like a search page that could have a hot link to it that I could share. But I don't know how to create a search page like that because they're in different top categories. Is that something that is possible? And then I had a second question, which is really related. Is there a way for members to indicate that they know each other? So like I'm a member and I want to say, I know this member, this member, this member, and that member, and have that show up on their profile somehow.
Okay, let's do the search question first. Okay, so yes, there is something that you can potentially do. It's going to be here also in the edit post settings, member listings, search results design. Under additional settings, what you're going to want to do is search default fields and custom fields. This is when you're doing a keyword search. Okay, so let's save that. And let me share an add-on that you may want or need for that. It's called the expanded keyword search.
Okay.
And let's actually put it into play. So by default, doing a keyword search on this site searches the first name, last name, company, and categories. With the expanded keyword search, and you can choose what to search for, what fields to search for. Phone number, they're all their about us content, large text fields, and even custom fields. And I'll show you how you can do that. Let's actually do that together, shall we? Let's log in as a member. Okay, I think this will be high value for a lot of people actually. So we'll take the 3 minutes and cover this. Let's log in as this Edward member here. And let's also look at his local business listing. So we're logged in. Let's look at we'll just do the basic information tab. So the basic information form, type of listing, best describes you, and so on. Let's go to the member dashboard. Okay, that's the listing contact details form for the, let's edit this form. Let's customize this actually. Okay, so let's customize this. And we're going to add right under their personal information, let's add a field. And let's make it a checkbox, or let's add it now let's do a text input field, single line. This will be I'm going to show you the easiest way to do this. And we'll call this, just call this awards, okay? Yeah. And I'm going to do something even more. On the input view, we don't want the members to put in their own awards. I'm assuming you, the admin, want to make sure that you're adding them to the award. So what we're going to do is we toggle the cog open, and only the admin will be able to input awards that they've received, okay? So I'm just gonna save the changes here. So we created a text input, it's not required. We're calling it awards, and let's go back to so because I'm logged in as the admin.
That was in the custom.
Yeah, let me show you. It's in, form. Yeah, let me go there. Let's go there together. This one here, listing, let me paste this here for you.
Yeah, okay, great.
So if we refresh Edward's account here, and we can see awards are here.
All right.
So let's just put Charlie Award, Jason Award, and David Award. Well, that's not the best. Let's put Academy.
That's cool.
All right, Academy Award and Emmy Award. Okay, so let's save the changes here. Oh, this is asking me to put stuff. It's fine. It's a member, Edward Smith. Okay, let's just save the changes. All right, let's look at his profile now. So we see awards, Academy, Emmy, and so on. So if we wanted to search this now, let's search Academy. We now see Edward is here. So what you want is then you can take this URL here. Again, this is a quick and dirty way to do it. There's more, you can get deeper and more sophisticated. But what we did basically is we added a keyword tag for the member. And we did a keyword search with the expanded keyword search by also searching custom fields. Now, if we want to, because a member could put Academy in their About Me description, right?
Right.
And then it kind of defeats the purpose. So what we can do is there is an advanced setting, and you can choose, I hope I can find this.
To take out the keyword search from just the regular text.
Yeah, there is, let me find member keyword search. Oh, exclude custom field. So you can exclude the about, I think it's About Me is what it is. So if they try to inject it in their description, or other open text field, like if you might have other open text fields where they're putting information, but you can just put the fields to to exclude from the custom fields being certain. It's not really custom fields, it's any fields from the member keyword search. So anywhere where you think members might insert those special keywords, we can kind of exclude those from the keyword search so that they can't be found by injecting things in there. It just depends how strict you want to make things. But this is, again, the quick and dirty way. And then now you have this URL, search results, Q equals Academy, and you'll get all the members that have Academy in their profile. So
Great.
I'm assuming the award names, if it's two, like Academy Award, you can do with the plus, and then it would have to have those two words together.
Okay, great.
So again, I think that'll get you 80% there.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question. Oh, you had one more question, which was, can members see what other members like them? We don't have that yet. We do have the tool where members can like each other, but we don't have a tab yet that shows what members have liked each other.
Matt did have a suggestion of repurposing the reviews feature to allow members to kind of comment on each other's profiles, kind of saying how they know each other.
Oh, comment. Oh, I see. So if a member comments on another member's profile, then you would be able, that would show up on their profile. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can, if you're not using again, this goes into like repurposing things. If you maybe are not using the reviews, you could just do like, follow this member. How do you know this member? You know, you can get rid of this stuff, and you can get rid of all these star ratings, and then that would show up as a follow or whatever. So yeah, repurposing the review actually could work, as Matt mentioned, because reviews, let me just do a search here. When a review is left, it does say who left the review. And if the reviews page was only members can leave reviews, then that would work. It would say which member left the review, but we'd call it something else, like who's following you, right? And we get rid of all the star stuff, and they could just leave a comment of how they know this person or something about this person.
Yeah, really what I would want to do is change the stars into how they know them. It's to find out who's collaborating with each other, basically.
Gotcha.
Who's working together and in what capacity.
Gotcha. I could see that repurposed a little bit for that in that case. I just got to get a little creative with it.
Interesting. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Great questions. We got a good friend Ryan here. I'm gonna unmute you, Ryan. How you doing?
Hey, good. We are finishing up a plugin that does exactly that. It's called Directory Favorites. So they'll be able to favorite people or things and put it right on their profile in different groups. And so we've already got like 3 or 4 directories that have that. So if he's interested in something like that, we do have a plugin for that. And then the other thing I was going to say you could do on that last item for linking to instead of the keyword, you could just do which we've done before, is do the awards, but make it a multi-select where it has different options, and then each option would get its own variable name, and then you can actually search with that variable name, and it will only show those variable selections instead of a keyword. Does that make sense? Because it's kind of specific, that variable specific to that option, and then that gets around that keyword issue.
Absolutely. I'm going to drop your link here. Is that correct here, Ryan? from the
Correct, yep.
marketplace? All right, I'm going to drop a link here. Poyam, if you want to connect with Ryan, seems like he's a marketplace partner and he's awesome. So I just dropped a link in the chat there if you want to connect with him on those things. Thank you, Ryan, so much. All right, guys, let's see how we're doing on time here. Let me check my phone. All right, I think, let's see if anyone else has. We'll take one more question here. EG, we got you back here. Got your hand up.
I have a short question.
Sure.
Can you remind me how many individual directories can I create with one account?
So one website license is for one domain name or one website. You can have a Brilliant Directories account with many licenses and manage multiple websites under that one account. So if you have multiple website ideas, you can manage them under the same account. In the under all my websites here in the admin, you would then toggle the website that you're working on. So you can have more than one website that you own and manage inside your Brilliant Directories account.
Here I would see if I can create multiple, or how would I know if, what do I have right now? Because I bought mine a couple of years ago. I forgot what I bought.
So you would see how many active websites you have, or if you have credits to launch sites, which means you have a lifetime license paid for, but you haven't launched your website, the credit would be available there. But if you're just seeing the one website here, then that's all you have is the one website for now.
Thank you. That was it. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, good stuff there. Guys, fantastic webinar. Lots of questions and use cases for repurposing existing Brilliant Directories features. This tip of the week, pretty slick actually. If you're not using the private member chat feature for members to chat amongst each other, use it for live chat support for your site. Lots of upcoming features coming down the line. The next webinar will be in 2 weeks. If we went over something a little too quickly, we will post the replay in our Facebook group. Take a moment and join us there now. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. And of course, we always appreciate it if you can like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, brilliantdirectories.com/YouTube. It's been tons of fun. Next webinar is in 2 weeks. We'll catch you in the Facebook group. On behalf of myself, David, and the entire Brilliant Directories family, we love you guys. It's been great. Have a great day and a brilliant week. Take care. Bye-bye.